episode 39 of WCATChats. We have an exciting episode here on our hands. I'm Paul Maroot, joined alongside by Alex Carr. And this week, we're joined in the studio by senior Hayes Carroll. Hayes, how you doing?
I'm good, Palmer. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Excited to talk with you about boys varsity basketball and what a season you've had. 3-2 on the year. Some big wins over some great teams. Kind of walk me through how the season's gone so far.
We kind of just started, I feel like, a couple of weeks ago, but it feels nice to have 3 W's in the win column already, and we just got all of our football players back. So we're really looking forward to seeing how we can develop some chemistry with him. And I love playing for Coach Hicks. His first year in the program, and he really has us playing well right now.
Yeah, I was going to say a new coach. How has that affected you guys as a team? Like any new methods that you didn't see implemented last year?
It's really just offensively. I feel like the offense now is just kind of more free flow, and we have like a lot more like screen and roll action, I feel like, and our defense is a little different. And there are just like small changes that Coach Hicks has made to the program that I really think will help us benefit in the long term.
And then, kind of looking ahead, or actually, let's go back. Just last night, kind of fell to Wesleyan. How was that game?
Yeah, it was our first game that we had with like our entire roster, with all the football players coming back. Kent Perkins, Will Riedel, Matthew Adams, and Michael Buhay. And, we didn't play to our full potential because obviously it was that first game. We haven't had many practices together yet, but I think we'll definitely start to see better results as the season goes on.
Well, you said that Coach Hicks and Boz helped you guys build a strong offense. You guys are averaging 69 points a game. Your point margin between points for and points against is really big, 345 to 279. So clearly, your defense is strong. What have you seen from like a defensive perspective? Like, what have you guys been doing?
Coach really just emphasizes just playing hard, playing as hard as you can, and then we also something that a lot of teams don't do that we do on defense is we press even after a miss, which really in that Galloway game it really had like their guards confused because we would miss and then we would stay up and pressure them and they didn't really know what was going on. And then we also press off of misses too in our 22 like full court press, but it's really that I feel like the pressing off of the misses that catches a lot of teams off guard.
And then this year I've been to a couple of games, and it seems like there's been some really great young players who have been really making an impact. Can you kind of talk about some of those younger kids who are really getting it done?
Yeah, the sophomores, Zayd El-Shahabi and Nico Searle have been off. They've both had really good starts to the season. Zayd in the Galloway game had 34 points, which was incredible, and he's been one of our leading scorers all year. Nico has started a couple games. He had 24, I think, against Atlanta Classical Academy last weekend, and he's been shooting the ball well and playing well. And so we're really excited to continue to see how they develop.
And have you seen any older players step up into that leadership position, like any people you think will go as captains?
Yeah, definitely. I think I have a chance to be captain. I think Owen Cohn and Sam Flores. And, a lot of the seniors, have really – this is our last year, so we've really stepped up in, like, that leadership role. But with the football players out, I feel like that leadership is especially turned to me and Sam Flores and Owen Cohn, just kind of making sure the younger guys kind of know, like, know the ropes and everything, know what we're about and what we try and do every night.
And then this Friday, have your first region matchup of the game versus Clarkston at home. Kind of walk me through what y'all looking forward to going into that game.
First region game, which is always, like these are must wins basically. You don't want to come out stagnant. We love to have a big crowd there, but, we'll see. We can't let the big crowd or not dictate how we play, but Clarkston, we beat them twice last year. I'm not going to say they're one of the strongest teams in our region, so we're all expecting to come out with a win, but you don't want to get complacent because it's still a region game, and every team is going to bring it every night.
And looking down the line, do you have any hopes for this team, any expectations, any, playoffs or anything like that?
I would love to make the playoffs. We didn't make it last year, tough end of the season last year, but we're experienced now. We didn't lose many seniors last year, and we have a lot of returners this year. And so we would love to get a high seed in the region tournament and then find our way into the state playoffs.
Is there any, do you have any pregame, routines, superstitions, anything that you follow before a game?
That I do? Not really. I kind of just listen to music and stuff before the games. Last year I would take a nap occasionally if I get tired, but, just normal stuff.
Yeah. Now, going into a game, do you eat anything specifically to like get you prepared?
Yeah, so our team before every game will go out to like a Subway, or I sometimes go to like a Publix and get like a sub. And then for away games, we have team moms that bring in like the meals normally. But if we have a home game, we're all gonna drive out to a Subway and eat together, and it's really fun.
And then, kind of growing up as a basketball player, do you have any favorite memories? Maybe it's, just playing some hoops like as a 4-year-old, or maybe like, at Westminster.
Yeah, my dad actually coached my PRUMC basketball team from like kindergarten, I think, till 7th or 8th grade, and we won a lot of basketball games, and it was really fun. And we beat a couple of my current Westminster teammates now, but that was really like when I started playing basketball, and ever since then, it's been my favorite sport to play, and I've devoted a lot of time to it.
And talking about coaches, has there been one specific coach that's really like helped you become the player that you are?
Coach Carroll, I feel like I could say this for everybody on the basketball team, but he's kind of made it his job to ensure that everybody is improving, because like back in August and September, we would always play after school before the basketball season in the large field house, and Coach Carroll would come and play with us and like supervise us and everything. And Coach Carroll, he's been around, he's been part of the program since we were in 7th grade, and he's always just around like for all the practices and games and everything. So Coach Carroll is definitely that guy.
And then kind of as you look to like the pros, almost NBA, is there any, NBA players you model your game after you watch and you see what they do and try to copy that?
Yeah, there's some players that I model my game after for sure. Chris Paul is one of them. I'm not the biggest Chris Paul fan, but we're both like pass first kind of point guards that, kind of try and play the right way. Steve Nash is another guy who he won MVP twice back in the 2000s, but just like small point guards that I feel like can really dictate the flow of the game. Definitely the guys I try and be like.
Well, you clearly got your basketball knowledge, and then talking about NBA basketball, I'm not too like well learned, in that front. But what have you seen in the NBA?
I mean, obviously a big Hawks fan, and we're not off to a great start to the season right now. Also a big Lakers fan, which we might get into later. But I really think that the NBA has evolved its game into more of a three-point shooting league. Like you have 7-footers coming in now that are just jacking it from half court. Victor Wembanyama is one example. So the game has definitely evolved. I think the Denver Nuggets, the defending champs, are still the best team in the league right now, and I don't really see anybody competing with them at the moment.
Now, if you want to go watch any of those NBA teams compete, make sure buy your tickets on SeatGeek. Use code Westminster Wildcats for $20 off, and go watch some NBA action.
Any caps in that password?
I mean, it looks like it's all caps on it, but I think it'll work.
I'll be sure to do that.
Yeah. Code Westminster Wildcats.
I don't know how you got that. Looking into our episode outline, we have a couple questions. One says, why LeBron James? Do you have any backstory on that, reasonings?
LeBron James is I'm a big fan, and he's always been my favorite player. And I tune in to pretty much every Lakers game nowadays just to see LeBron play before he retires. And I've seen him play in person a couple times too. He's just always been my favorite.
Do you think he'll get the chance to play with Bronny?
See, it's a lot more complicated now that Bronny had like his recent heart attack, because I don't really know if teams are gonna want, like, there's like now risk involved with drafting him, but I think ultimately, yes, I think they will play together.
I think personally, like a low-level team, if like none of the big ones want to take him, they might take a flyer on him just to see if they can lure in LeBron.
Exactly.
And
LeBron on like the Timberwolves or something weird.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or the Wizards.
Yeah, because if you get LeBron and Bronny on your team, you immediately become like the center of the basketball world.
Yeah.
And it'd be crazy.
Exactly like Colorado and Dion.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And
it's
whatnot.
the exact same thing.
And you had like a LeBron Twitter account. I've never actually seen this account, but talk to me about what happened there. And like, is it a fan page? Kind of explain that.
Yeah, it was a fan page, and it was pretty famous, but
Is it still up?
it's not still up.
Yeah, I heard some stories about
it. Yeah, I've moved on from that,
Okay.
but it was fun while it lasted.
And then kind of, I think this is the last question. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. If you could give yourself your younger self, one piece of advice, what would that be? Either as a student, a basketball player, or just a person, or a LeBron lover?
Or a LeBron lover. I don't know if I have any advice for that, but as a basketball player, it would probably be just to shoot a lot of free throws, basically, because, when you get to the end of the game, the coach is going to want guys in that can make their free throws in crunch time with the crowd screaming at you, and, you have to make them to win. So I would say, I've always been a good free throw shooter, but, definitely to start practicing free throws a lot still.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Hayes, and good luck on Friday and throughout the rest of the season.
Thank you, Palmer.
Thank you so much, Hayes. And now hopping into Westminster sports, like we mentioned, the boys basketball team 3-2 on the year. Saturday at the start of the break, they dominate Atlanta Glasgow 71-40. Nico Searle put up 24. Last night took on Wesleyan. They unfortunately fell, and then they played Clarkson on Friday. And they play Clarkson on the Friday, and make sure to tune in WCAT to watch that game.
And now we got some football. Unfortunately, the football team lost to Stockbridge 2 weeks ago, actually.
Yeah.
And it was an incredible game. We lost 28-24. But really, that was one of the most exciting football games I've ever watched. It was an unstoppable force versus a team that was getting the luckiest plays that's ever happened in the world. That running back, I don't entirely remember. His name was
Jaden Duke Scott.
Yeah, Duke Scott, athlete. That kid did not want to go down. Committed to NC State. He's one of the best football players I've ever seen.
We have a new thing to do on this podcast.
He played very well. And the Wildcats, Coach Nima Salimi, especially on the offensive side of the ball, called some of the best plays we've never seen from them. Just trick play after trick play. And we put up 24 points on a defense that hasn't given up a touchdown since
Week 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Their starting defense, yeah. It's spectacular.
Incredible. Stockbridge now will play Benedictine. So,
2 Westminster foes almost going at it.
yeah.
And, pretty great regular season. Obviously finished 3 losses in the regular season. Benedictine, Pace, and then Stevenson. And then, finished second of the year. So great year. And we'll keep you posted on that all-region basketball team. Or football, whatever sport we're talking about, when that comes out. And then moving on to girls basketball. They play tonight versus North Atlanta. 2-0 on the year, and then they play Clarkston Friday.
And then for wrestling, they had a big meet in Carrollton over the break, and they wrestled versus Eastside and Tucker last night, and they beat Tucker, but unfortunately couldn't make it to Eastside. And as I said before, and I'll say it again, wrestling is like the hardest sport you can do. Everything is grueling. Everything is grueling.
Yeah, and that wrestling, they took down Tucker 48-30. And I don't know if we should mention the score versus Eastside. It was 6-70. Very potent squad over there at Eastside. But overall, a great meet. You go 1-1, you'll take that.
Yeah, wrestling team is going to be pretty young. Not too many seniors and juniors.
And I believe none of the football players wrestled. Mm-hmm. Except for, I think, maybe Brian Schaefer.
But yeah, which is not normal. Typically, Coach Drill is able to lure in a couple defensive linemen or people of that sort.
He just wanted to let them get re-warmed up. And then they have the Westminster Duels on Saturday at home, so make sure to come out and watch some wrestling.
Yep. So, for the swim, Palmer's got this one.
Sure. At the start of the break, that Saturday, right after Thanksgiving break started, Macaulay Invitational did pretty well. Girls and boys both got 6, combined 4th place. Really great showing at a very tough meet. A lot of PRs and just overall a fantastic meet. Then yesterday, swimming at St. Pius in Cambridge, girls beat Pius and Cambridge to get first, and then guys fell to Pius but beat Cambridge in this tri-meet. But overall, girls and guys combined, it was a tie ball game, or it was a win by the Cats, pardon me. So great swimming again, a lot of fun, good meet.
And then also, just a shout out, how did you figure this out?
How did I figure what out?
Did someone tell you about this?
Searle and I have been discussing this for a couple weeks and getting content.
Lucas Searle, son of Mr. Searle, who's, as Hayes talked about, big on the basketball front, but also head and grand master of WCAT. Lucas Searle, his son, will be taking on Wayme Agbe in the D3 Soccer Final 4 Friday, which is really exciting. Whammy will be
alums.
playing for Washington and Lee, and Lucas Searle for Amherst. So good luck to both of you guys.
Yeah, that'll be at 6:30 on Friday, I believe. Great to see. And last year, right, we had two alums won the D3 men's soccer national championship in Michael Johnson and Alex Lee.
Yep.
So, the Cats at the D3 guys soccer level getting it done, playing those big stakes games. And also, last night, Wembe Agbe got named to win another award as he was named to the D3 coaches all Region 6 first team. And that's after he won a big award earlier this year as he was named the best offensive player in his conference. So he's just racking up those awards, and he's just being fantastic over there on the pitch. And now, this is something that happened in the middle as we were recording this podcast. Spotify Wrapped just dropped, and let's go through it on the podcast live.
Did it?
It did. It's on here for me.
It is not on here for me.
You guys. I have Spotify Wrapped. Car does not. But let's go through mine, I guess, then. All right. Let's see this. This is exciting to you in a podcast. Let's see what happened. I'm muting this audio. 49
Big
genres.
Tyler Childers guy.
I am somewhat. Yeah, let's see. Let's pop. I don't think there's anything bad. That's Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah, no, it just takes forever to run through.
All right, well, we can skip through some stuff, right? Maybe. Wow, I listen to music. I did not go to.
Listening took you places, and as one place listened just like you. Palmer listened exactly like Bozeman, USA. So if you're from Bozeman, USA, you and Palmer got some talking things to talk about. Yeah.
I listened to a solid 1,900 songs. Most listened to was Revival.
You like an all-night revival?
It's a banger of a song. And now it's going to show some more songs. See, isn't this great podcast content?
I'm guessing something in the orange or burn, burn, burn.
I could see a burn, but I don't
Revival,
think. No.
Heading south last night, days that end in Y, and Sun to me.
Can you tell who my main two artists are going to be this year?
Yeah, it's going to be Tyler Childers and Zach Brown.
Just toss that in there. Time is a construct. Is that a lot?
94K is a lot, yeah.
65 days nonstop. I'll take that. What the heck did I do on August 29th?
912 minutes is how many hours? That's 15 hours. I don't think. Did you just leave your phone playing?
Maybe. Hey, I'm a top 0.5% Morgan Wallen, 0.05% from Morgan Wallen.
Jeez Louise, touch some grass. Yeah, big fan of Last Night.
It was a good playlist, a good album. All right, let's see who my top artists are going to be. Morgan Wallen. All right. He's going to do something. Let's see. Zach Bryan, that's fair. I don't know who the other two. Maybe I'm going to toss it Parker McCollum, maybe?
I have like two songs.
I don't think it's going to be Noah Khan. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a shocker. I have one song or two songs from him.
Let's see. Tyler Childers is really, I didn't. Interesting. And then fifth most listened
Parker
to.
McCollum.
Luke Combs.
No rap at all?
No.
You don't listen to any rap?
Only when I lift.
Wow.
So,
I listen to rap when I don't lift. When I lift, I listen to, like, let me scrounge around for one of the songs that I lift to.
Yeah.
Right here. Go all the way down to the bottom. You're going to be looking at Bubbly. This is what
guess what my number one podcast was for? WCATChats on the podcast. Holy cow, I was only in the top 5% of WCATChats fans, though. I'm going to say thanks to whoever does this WCATChats. Let's toss that onto Twitter.
Wow.
I'm going to do that on my personal. I don't want to tweet that from WCAT because that'd actually be kind of funny. Here we go.
How did your Wrapped come out?
I don't know. Mine's out.
Probably because these are just super simple.
Okay.
So I cleared out.
It's funny that I'm not
Got it. Yep.
All right, hold
Wrapped
up.
is here.
Let me finish mine up.
Wrapped. All right.
Wait till
let's
I
take
do mine and then we can do yours. Finish this up.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'll talk about sports while we're going through yours. the way you listened to this year made you a hero, or maybe we should say an anti-hero. I would say I listened to a lot of Taylor Swift or something.
That's bad, man. Time travel. Oh, yeah, those things are stupid.
But yeah, this is. All right, you can go.
Okay, my turn. My thorn. 71 genres. That kid likes to branch out. He branches
No,
out.
I think I was at like 94 genres.
They gonna say something?
It kind of, honestly, Spotify kind of fell
Your
off.
top
this year.
genres: rap, rock, pop, contemporary
Hold up,
country,
I
and
saw-
trap. Trap was up there.
The top genre.
This year, listening took you places, and the place to listen just like you is
It's gonna be Atlanta,
it's gonna be
Georgia.
Atlanta.
College
College Station. Oh my gosh.
Gig 'em.
My top people are Zach Bryan, Future, and Lil Baby. That's actually comical. You played 2100, and there was one that really connected.
Oh, I finally got my top.
Yeah, Tennessee Whiskey.
That's a bop.
Yeah.
See, I got rap in mine, in my like top genres.
But you had room in your heart for more than one favorite. You romantic, you what?
You're romantic.
Your top songs: Tennessee Whiskey, Puffin' L. Zulu, Solo, Wagon Wheel, Heartache Medication. That is peculiar. That is a peculiar little combination. All right. Add to library. All right. Time is I don't think I'm allowed to listen to that. 47,000. That's a half of yours. But apparently you had a day. Yeah, 418 minutes sounds more like. I was
Wait,
top
it was
6%.
August 29th. What was I doing on August 29th?
You listened to 963 artists this year. I'm guessing it's going to be Zach Bryan or Future. Future, let's go! Come
Dang.
on. Top point.
That was the same that I had.
Yeah. Future and I are hubbies. You had something special with your top artists. Future's number 1. Drake is number 2.
Ooh.
Lil Baby's 3. Kanye West is 4. Come on. Zach Bryan's 5.
All right. Your number one podcast better be WCAT.
I don't listen to podcasts.
Do you ever?
Yeah, Future, Drake, Kanye, Zach Bryan. Oh yeah, when I used to work out, I used to listen to Spanish podcasts. So
You
that's
listened
my
to it for-
top podcast.
You listened it for 54 minutes. Have you listened to a single one of our episodes?
I'm on YouTube.
All right. So moving on to some pro sports. Falcons, they actually had a pretty solid game, honestly. They finally gave Bijan the ball, which really helped me in fantasy. And they took down the Saints 24-15, and that was like a rap night, something like that. Ludacris performed at halftime.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of cool to see. And then move it over into college football rivalry week. Not really any big upsets, but the big thing is the college football rankings. Well, Michigan took down Ohio State, which was exciting. Currently, it goes Georgia, Michigan, Washington, FSU, Oregon, Ohio State, Texas. Why is Oregon higher than Texas? That's the one thing that bugs me about this. They played common opponents. Texas and Oregon both played Texas Tech. Texas beat Texas Tech by 50. Oregon only won by 7. Also, Oregon, where they each have but one loss, Texas has a better win. Texas' best win is against number 8 Alabama. Oregon's best win, I believe, is against Washington State, which, if we scroll down, is ranked. Washington State isn't even in the top 25 for the college football playoff rankings. So, there's no reason why Oregon should be ranked ahead of Texas. But I'm pretty confident that if Texas wins and Florida State loses, that Texas will be in the college football playoffs. Yeah.
Wow.
It's my little rant.
In depth. Well, looking at the NFL level, a lot of stuff has happened. Patriots, they don't know how to win. They lost 10-7. Their kicker missed the easiest kick ever. But last week we had a lot of thrilling games. Bills, Eagles. A lot of people were saying that they think that'll be the Super Bowl matchup.
I could see it.
I
No,
know.
not the Bills. The Bills are not going
The
to make
Bills
it.
are not good.
No,
They are
they
not
suck.
it. Their offense it's not clicking right now. Josh Allen just doesn't look like he should be playing the way he's supposed to be.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And then talking about our fantasy league, I keep losing. I was 7-1. I'm now 7-5. This is tough. It ain't
But you
good.
know who's been winning?
Alex Carr.
Yeah, me.
And I kind of want to make a trade with you, Carr, but honestly, I don't really know. I kind of want a running back. You don't really have any ones that I really want.
I don't have any running backs that anyone wants.
Yeah. Let me try to. I want to trade for a running back with someone.
My running backs are the worst.
Hold up. I know who I need to add real quick. I'm going to go add Seattle's backup running back. Is he still available? Does someone already have him? What's
Yeah,
his
I
name?
picked him up. Jacques Charbonnet.
All right.
I did not pick him up.
Oh. Someone already has him, though.
I don't know.
Zach.
I'm projected 100 and
Yeah, someone already has
13
Charbonnet.
points.
But I made a trade actually yesterday. I traded away Travis Etienne and got Keenan Allen because Etienne has been bad the past couple weeks and Keenan's been fantastic. And then, we're going to slot in maybe a Zach Moss or Kenneth Walker into that RB2 spot. And I think it should be fine. And we're hoping to, make the playoffs and make a nice push and do well. Pretty much.
I had to start Tyler Conklin, and that dude is not up to par with what I've been having, which was T.J. Hawkinson, the best tight end ever.
Packers had a big win over the Lions. That was pretty surprising on Super Bowl. Thanksgiving Thursday. So, yeah, that was good to see.
Oh, yeah, the Packers beat the Lions, and there was a funny little stat. It was, what's the type of moon? Did you see? You definitely saw that.
Yeah, the waxing something.
The waxing Gibbons moon.
That's it.
The Lions lose on Thanksgiving every time there's a full, waxing Gibbons moon. I don't even know what that means, but apparently the Lions can't beat it. They were looking unstoppable, and then all of a sudden they got toppled, they got beat. But I still love the Lions. I love them way more than the Packers.
And, Nit and Raju unable to make it today, but he's actually Apple Music, but they have their knockoff version. Number 1, 21 Savage. Number 2, Travis Scott. 3, Drake. 4, Metro Boomin. And guess 5,
Future.
Kanye.
Kanye's always up there. I don't even listen specifically to Kanye that much, but he's always in a feature.
You got so many songs.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That dude's got the biggest discography you'll see.
Wow, you're tossing out some big words here today.
Big words.
And I believe that's pretty much all in sports, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Glad to be back with you for probably our second to last episode of the year, I think, or of 2023. It's been a pleasure this year, and I'm sure we can talk more about it next week, hopefully when we get Raju back on the desk. Thank you guys so much, and as always, go Cats.